tiger face. Limit face. Ooh. Now that we're warmed up, you know that you can't spell daddy without the Addy. I said you can't spell daddy without the Addy. Thank you, little girl, for being excited about today's show. For anybody who watched the three-part series all week, you know that this girl got passionate yesterday. Did you get passionate yesterday?
Yes, I did.
Are you the eldest child?
Yes.
Are you my daughter from a perfectionist?
Yes.
Do you want to be perfect and correct about everything that you report on every time?
Yes.
And what happens if you make just a little mistake?
I just get emotional.
That's okay.
Hey.
Do you have emotions?
Yes.
Are you a human?
Yes. God
Are you supposed to?
Yes. God designed you with emotions so He can do that.
Yeah. And so why were you upset? Were you upset because you got maybe some things a little wrong yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah. That's okay. Did you rebound from it?
Yeah.
Did you come back? Was that one of our best shows of all time?
Yes.
Was it our longest show of all time?
Yes.
Why? Because were we bringing truth to the people?
Yes.
Were we bringing evidence to the people?
Yes.
So we brought power to the people. That's right. Addy&Daddy brought power to the people. We have known liberals that do not like certain people. They even hate them. And are they watching your three-part series? Mm-hmm. That's right. Because are you dropping truth for them?
Yes, I am.
Yes. And do people want to know the truth?
Yeah.
Is that one of the many reasons that we started this show?
Yes.
That's right. Are there going to be some ruffled feathers along the way?
Yeah.
Are we okay with that?
Yeah.
Do we have the strength to put up with that?
Yes, we have fights and flight.
And are we making new friends and family each and every day?
Yes, we do.
Which is why we thank you for tuning in today.
Thank you.
Now, Addy, what do you call a bundle of hay in a church?
Bundle it up.
Christian Bale. Batman, right? That's a good, always got to throw a Batman joke in there. Charlie Kirk would have loved that. A ship carrying red paint and a ship carrying blue paint collide in the middle of the ocean. Both crews were marooned. Marooned. That's a good one. That's a good joke. Okay, this is for Papa Goat right here. Ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
What is the guitar player's favorite Italian food?
Spaghetti.
Stromboli. Stromboli. That was pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Last one. How does cereal pay all of its bills?
Because it's silly?
Oh, with checks. You should. That one's not for you. You didn't get that one.
I got one more.
Addy, lead us in that beautiful sip. Can you get that coffee started for us?
Yep.
Forgot to press that button. Oh, do you have your own joke that you made up?
Yeah.
Well, drop it on us.
What did the hand say to the foot? Because you can't. Why did the hand, you can't conquer the world with me, to the foot?
I don't know.
Because you'll always be a foot ahead of me.
You're silly, Billy. You're a silly little girl.
Yep.
I like it. Thank you for making that joke up all by yourself.
Thank you, Daddy.
Very good job, little lady.
You're welcome.
Can you lead us in that beautiful pledge that unites all of us across this nation and brings us together for one goal, and that is to accomplish each and every our goals, to pursue happiness and to achieve our family values, right?
Right.
Lead us in that beautiful pledge, little girl.
Let's go, America. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice
For all. And that's what we're talking about, justice for all, because the Department of War is underway. They have begun their initiatives all across the world, but specifically here in the U.S. If you're waking up this morning and we're the first news that you're watching, then you need to know that we have launched aggressive attacks in Iran. Okay? Now, that is important, and we will get to that. But the Department of War is not just saving innocent women in Iran that have been suppressed. It's not just saving the innocent lives that have been hurt in Iran. Not just protecting the weak and most vulnerable in Iran. We are actually going after the most vulnerable here in America because they need protection, right?
Yes.
All week this week, Addy, we updated and we talked about several government programs from our CIA into the FBI that some people thought were fake and fraud and didn't even know they existed until you told them. Is that right?
Yes, and I'm going to name them.
And this is public information, but go ahead, Addy, recap for us the 3-part miniseries that you put together this week. Absolutely beautiful. That will transcend time and space. We'll always be able to reference that and go back to it when we're waking people up, when we're teaching people what's going on. Doesn't matter what side of the aisle you are on. Do you need to have the information?
Yes.
What did G.I. Joe teach us?
Knowing is half the battle. Taking action is the other half of the
But
battle.
let's just focus that. Knowing is what?
Knowing is half the battle.
Half the battle. So most of the Americans that are out there don't even realize that there's a war. Department of War is aware of it, but they don't even understand there's a war and a battle taking place to get the information. Is that right? Yeah, they just sit back and they let it come to them. And is that going to work out? No, that makes them part of the vulnerable class. And what did we learn? That past bad actors in our government, what did they abuse their powers with? Can you remind the group what that was?
One, they were mind controlling them. They attacked the most vulnerable groups in America, the American citizens, the most vulnerable groups.
They experimented on them.
They did drugs, they did tests, and they found 4 ways to do it. TV programming, music, movies, and headlines and news. I'm not surprised about the headlines and news. I'm not surprised about that. That does make sense.
Good job, little lady. So you understand how they attacked Americans, how they got to the most vulnerable. And these were lessons that were learned from the 50s into the 70s, right, little girl?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that was MKUltra. Then we learned a little bit about, what was the next one? Operation
Mockingbird.
Mockingbird. Good job. And what did we learn about Operation Mockingbird? What did we learn? That the CIA put intel agents as reporters, news reporters, the CEOs of these organizations, right? Remember who started CBS? Was he in charge of psychological warfare?
Yes, he was.
Yep, right. So you had experiments, you had all the newspapers and all the people that are reporting news, following propaganda. And then what did we learn about the FBI? What operation did they run?
The Operation Mockingbird.
Nope, they ran COINTELPRO.
COINTELPRO.
And what was that program? What did the FBI do? Did they create lies?
Yes, they created lies. They sent fake letters.
They signed forged letters. Good job, little girl. You remember. Great job. Right. So we talked all about that 3-part series and we went into detail so that you can understand what we're up against. And that's what brings us to today's episode. As you see, the Department of War initiating 3 different things. And we want to talk about one of those first. We're going to get to Iran. That is important, but that's not what the Department of War is prioritizing even right now. That's just one of the many things on the table. We want to talk to you about what happened after the 3-part miniseries that you just saw took place. All that information was learned by bad actors and what they did with it. Okay? So, Addy, we know that one of the most vulnerable groups in America would be children that are just kicked out of the nest. Because some Americans, not all, but some Americans were taught, especially starting, what do you know, after the 50s and 60s, that they should kick their child out of their house at 18 and let them go live alone for 4 years on a college campus, right? Now, are they vulnerable at that point in time?
Very vulnerable.
Have they left their nest? Are they at their weakest and most vulnerable part?
Yes.
And are they looking for other friends? They're trying to get along, right?
Yes.
So should they have open debate on campus?
Yes.
Yeah. But did they?
No.
And Addy's going to teach you about that. Addy, go ahead and what are our journalist questions again?
Who, what, where, when, why, and how. I'm going to circle back around them, so make sure you remember them.
That's right. And if you're sitting at home and you're wondering, how can I be a better journalist? How can I get awards? How can I catch up with this little girl? Ask these questions.
Who, what, where, and why, and how.
I couldn't even catch up. You did that so fast. Hey, where'd my coffee go? Did I get coffee? Oh, well, let's do that simultaneous sip before you get started on the news because we have 3 people asking, where's our sip? We apologize. Sorry about you.
Sorry.
Today, we are using the Niagara Falls cup because my brand new Scott Adams cup hasn't arrived yet, and the other one that we made is going. So this is our Niagara Falls cup from New York. We used to go all the time. This little girl loves getting up under those waterfalls. Wonderful trip. You guys got to get to Niagara Falls if you've not been. Yes. We used to live less than 5 hours from it, so it was like a regular visit for us. We loved it while we lived up there. We highly recommend you get your butt up there.
Yes, there's also a secret trail. Like you go to the falls, there's a trail on the left that you go up, and there's like you can see the stream coming down. If you lose your phone, I'll go call me and I'll go say, all right, Dad Bear, we gotta go save the phone. Hey, that's
Yep, we got more people saying hi. Hey, don't be distracted. Come on.
Ready?
Yep.
All you need is a cup or a mug or a glass, a tinker or chalice or stein, and a canteen jug or a flask, a vessel of any kind. Fill it with your favorite liquid. I usually like coffee, hot cocoa works too, with crunchy peanut butter or soft peanut butter or homemade chocolate sauce. Not letting it go Jack Popovic. Ready?
I don't have any chocolate sauce in mine today.
And let's do a simultaneous sip.
Thank you for joining us across space and time for this dopamine.
Let's go.
Oh, man. You are the best barista in America. There's no doubt. I'd like to see somebody challenge you to a barista duel.
And we'll see who wins.
But you have my vote, little girl. And you have my pay. This girl takes all my money away because she earns it. And, you know, it's a nice tax write. So the little girl makes her money. She's already working at 8 years old as a barista. And what do you do with your money, Addy? The first time, doesn't matter how much I give you. Doesn't matter how poor you are. When someone gives you money, what do you do with it?
Immediately invest it in XRP.
Don't tell them where to immediately invest it, right? There's some money markets. The stocks are going up. Tesla. I mean, would you want to own some Tesla stock before they start building robot moon bases?
Yes. And
would it be a good idea to own some Tesla stock before they start building solar power out in space?
Yes, and we're still waiting for those robots.
Yeah, we're still waiting for our Tesla Grok robot, which is coming out here in March. So, guys, you're only less than 30 days away from seeing Tesla robots all over the place, right? They're releasing here in Q1. They've been making them. You know, if you've been down to Austin, did you go to the Austin Gigafactory?
Yes.
Did we drive through? Did we get a tour of that Gigafactory as they were building it?
Yeah.
Was it amazing?
Yeah.
Amazing. Right. Austin, Texas, where we met your mama. Right. But here's the deal, guys.
Here's the deal.
These robots are coming out real fast.
Real fast.
And they're going to be able to teach, train, and develop what's happening. You're going to see them in Q1. They're coming out here in March, and they're going to start flooding the market. So wherever you invest your money, you know, do so. We would encourage you, as little lady owns XRP, right?
Yep.
From Ripple, maybe throw some stuff at Bitcoin, but definitely pay attention to Tesla, which is under $500 right now. And it is only about to go, it's literally going to go to the moon.
Like this.
Yeah. It's literally going to the moon, guys. So, you know, we're not telling you where to spend your money. You do your own thing. But if you don't own some Tesla stock, you may want to get in on that.
You know.
Okay, now back to war, guys. You're waking up this morning. Every channel, doesn't matter where you're at, is flashing war across. But we're not going to let some of this stuff slip by. We want you to stay informed, and we want you to see how we're going to change the American culture. Have we sat silent for too long, little girl?
Yes, we
The
have.
American majority, the silent majority, sat here through the 80s, 90s, and 2000s as things started to change. And what started to change? Well, we just told you in our 3-part series what bad actors were doing, from MKULTRA to Operation Mockingbird
to Operation
COINTELPRO, that the FBI was purposely lying, spreading rumors to influence and change your mind. Your moms, your grandmas, your grandpas, every cousin that you have, your sister, your neighbor, that guy you don't like down the street, the liberal with 5 nose piercings and 17 colors of hair. All the most vulnerable have been under attack from the lessons that they learned from illegal programs they tested on us. Is that right? And now we're living with those outcomes, right? Doesn't Thomas teach us that we have to look for empirical evidence
rather than theoretical evidence, right?
Theoretical probabilities.
Theoretical probabilities.
Right. It's not evidence, it's theoretical. It's probabilities, right? So, yes. And we're looking for evidence. And today we're going to talk to you about that evidence and what it looks like. Addy's going to start here. Again, the Department of War has multiple battles on multiple fronts across the U.S. We're showing you the war on the culture first, that we are underway and we are winning. Addy, lay it on us. What's going on?
Who the anti-American
Liberal.
Rebel.
Not Red Bull. She's trying to do it without reading. Liberal.
Rebel left. And what? Professors 90 to 95%. And donors 99%.
Okay, so you hear the numbers from Addy. More than 90 to 95% of the professors across the Ivy League college campuses identify and own only one narrative, only one view. They're united in their hate, and they're united in their anti-American communistic beliefs. They believe purely only in their narrative and only in their way. They admit this, they know this, and they've taken over college campuses for quite some time. You just need to know the stats that they themselves identify and publicly acknowledge that over 90 to 95% at some of these, I think Harvard's above 95%, identify as anti-American left Democratic Party. They do not like conservatives. They do not like Republicans. They do not like those ideas being talked about and shared about. They refuse to let those debates happen, and they got rid of professors and other individuals that didn't obey the new narrative. Now, does that sound like a college campus?
No.
Let's back that up real quick, little girl,
Back
because
it up.
you go to a real college campus every day, right?
Mhm.
When we sit down and play chess, who's the godfather of colleges, of all the schools? That's my favorite philosopher, who is
Socrates.
Socrates. You even said it correct. Good job, little 8-year-old.
Thank
The
you.
father of college, right? The grandfather of college, Socrates. Now, he can't be the father of college because he refused to write stuff down. You guys remember. He didn't want to write that down.
But Plato sure did.
But his children sure did, right? Plato and Aristotle were very big about writing down, and we know a great deal about Socrates because Plato and Aristotle and some others wrote some of those things down.
Yep.
Doesn't make all of that 100% true, so we digest it, right?
Yep.
Who's your favorite philosopher?
Plato. And you want to know why? He flexes on him. He does what he says. He does what he says, and he says what he does, and he does it the best way possible.
So let me ask you, would Plato want you to only have 95% of the professors on one party?
No.
Would Plato and Socrates want the donors that are donating all the money that pays the bills for all these individuals to be 99% corrupt Democrats? Is that what they want?
No, he did not.
Okay, so you already see that we have over 90% of the professors obeying only one narrative while they're allegedly attempting to encourage open debate, which we know is not taking place because Charlie Kirk had to put it upon himself to travel the U.S. and bring debate to the college campuses. And did he do that?
Yes, he did.
Well, let's rewind. We're not there yet. So we understand that 99% of the donors, the money, the corruption is being paid from those who benefit from the emotional connection, not the reality of outcomes, right? We want to talk about outcomes, right?
Mhm.
But if you only feed those feelings, are you going to talk about outcomes?
No.
No. And are the most vulnerable, are they going to get hooked with your emotional appeal?
Yep.
And is facts going to go right over their head?
Yep.
And have we been seeing that happening?
Yes.
Yes. Well, let's keep going. Let's figure out why. So where is this happening? I think Daddy already kind of gave it away. Where was that happening with those stats that you just gave?
Where? Ivy League schools.
This is supposed to be the biggest and the brightest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
But that's
how
not-
bright and how big can they be if they're only getting one narrative?
They can't be bright at all. They have to be silent. They can't shed their light like I'm doing. They can't shed their light like my dad's doing. They can't shed their light like anyone.
Yeah, they're told to be quiet because what happens if you speak up in that sea of anti-American communistic beliefs? Do they ostracize you? Do they come at you? Do they bring hate?
Yes.
That's right. Isn't that weird? American culture means that we love diversity, but on college campus, if you're not the narrative, if you're not obeying, do they hate you?
Yes, for no reason.
Oh, no, they have a reason.
What's the reason?
You know why. What happens when we come together and we have conservative beliefs? Do many people identify and agree with those at the end of the day?
Yes, and that's why they killed Christian fathers that were coming together.
That's right. That's just one of the things. But let's stay focused here. Ivy League schools. When did this start taking place? It wasn't always this way. College campuses when college campuses started, they were teaching Latin to every person who came to get college. So used to be good. We're not knocking higher education. Something must have happened. Do you know, little girl? When did it happen?
It happened in 2000.
In the year 2000.
That's over 26 years ago, guys.
26
6
years
years
ago.
ago.
So all the information, all the knowledge that the individuals learned from our 3 programs have been applied by 2000. Is that right?
Yes.
And what is it that we see, little girl? Tell me.
How did you do it? Money and corruption. I feel like I forgot something. I did who, what, where, when, and I did how. Do you think I'm forgetting something?
There's a question missing. What is it?
Leave down below in the comments if you know. Why? Why do you think they did that? Why do you think they did that?
Well, that's not really for us to get. We can't give an opinion on a news show. We have to ask you, why do you think that over 95% of the professors with tenure at these Ivy League schools only agree with one party and only allow one narrative? Why do you think the donors pitched in 99% are one party? Well, let's break that back down. All week we talked about what these programs were designed to do. Now, did they attack the most vulnerable?
Yes.
And who's the most vulnerable in America? Would it be the students that have left their family, that are between the age of 18 and 25, that have entered in and they're open minds and they want to absorb it like a sponge? They're just looking to get as much knowledge as they can.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not the college kids' fault. Did they go to higher education?
Yes.
Did they get student loans to pay for this?
Yes.
Did they work their buns off to get the test scores, to get their studying done, to stay late at night, to stay up all night reading and writing? Did they put in so much effort to get there?
Yes.
And so they earned it and they're excited, right?
Yeah, they're so excited.
Did they know that there was anti-American liberal left that had already taken a stranglehold of these wonderful, beautiful Ivy League colleges that have graduated some of the greatest minds of all time? Did they know that they'd already lost that battle?
Mm-hmm. No, they did not.
No, they didn't. They didn't know.
They didn't know.
We're only now knowing this information. We're only now seeing this information.
Now we're only now.
That's right. And what are the outcomes? That's right. So we can talk about the why, and you can ask yourself why. And we like to say, we go back to our who. Who benefits when vulnerable Americans are taught anti-American beliefs, right? When you're taught to be guilty of something that you've never done and that was over-exaggerated that never happened, right? Is America the greatest country in the world?
Yes.
Well, that could be an opinion if you say yes. We could look to the outcomes. Are people trying to come here from all over the world?
Yes.
Have you met individuals from all over the world?
Yes.
When we lived in New York, you got friends from China, Japan, Nigeria.
Yeah.
How many? Do we have a lot of friends from Nigeria?
Yes.
Yeah. We have friends from all over the world. His dad's clan called Dads Across the World.
Yes, I remember those Chinese grandmas. They just get in a big line just to say come here and hide them.
We have plenty of that. Because why? Do people love the freedoms that we have?
Yes, people.
So who
good
benefits? Who benefits, Addy, if they teach young Americans that are open-minded, that are ready to learn, only one side of the story, only one part of the control?
Only one part.
Would that be the way that corrupt individuals want the programs to work so that they can take control of those individuals?
Yes.
Did they learn that at MKULTRA?
Yes.
Did they learn how to do it through the FBI's own lying programs and rumors and spreading through COINTELPRO?
Yes.
So they already have the playbook. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
And do we see them putting the playbook in play in the college campuses?
Yes, we do.
And how long has that been going on again?
For 26 years.
26 years. And you can identify and see this because what should have taken place after 26 years of education is we should have the highest level of debate out of anywhere else in the world. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Should Americans be able to sit together in their room and present their ideas and have great conversation for it?
Yes.
Right. Well, there was one man in America named Charlie Kirk who did start that and did have open debates, and they killed him for that. And the left, they didn't change. The liberals didn't switch and come back to the center. They didn't say, whoa, 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 guys. No, they doubled down.
No.
They started calling him names. They celebrated it. And to this day, they are still spreading lies and doing those pieces to keep their individuals from waking up. So, Addy, remind me, category of one, becoming a category of one. One of the best books ever written. With the information learned from MKULTRA, what is rule number 3 in this book, Addy?
Ready? Emotionally connect better than anyone else.
That's right. Emotionally connect better than anyone else. Did we just lose one of our liberal followers right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Bye-bye. They don't
Bye-bye.
like hearing the truth. They can't hear the truth. And when they hear the truth, what happens to them?
They start to break down.
That's right. And if an 8-year-old little girl knows more than they do, does that upset them?
Very much.
Very much so. Well, we're here in 2026 where it's about winning. Okay?
Yep.
We're no longer going to stay silent. We
No
don't
longer.
care if liberals' minds are being broke because the truth is being brought to them.
Yes.
You are not getting a higher education if 99% of the donors are one political party. You are not getting a higher education if the professors obey one party. And then when you find out that these professors and these higher level academics were all at the Epstein parties and all attending the Epstein Islands, how does that set up and understand the why these things were able to happen?
No.
The most vulnerable have been under attack and they need to be protected, and it's time to stand up for them. And the Department of War has decided to end that corruption. Now, they have the right and the freedom to teach however they want. What they do not have the right to are our tax dollars to teach corrupt anti-American ideals. Is that right, Addy?
Mhm.
So the Department of War has announced the war is over. You're not getting any more money from the taxpayer. And do we like that?
Yes, we do.
Is that at least the step in the right direction?
Yes, it is.
That won't change that every professor is still one side at your university. That won't change that all the donors are still one party in America. But the information that you now know, what we're seeing in those Ivy Leagues, will change the perception of maybe where your kid goes to school. Maybe where you, next time you see an article come out of one of those colleges, what do we say, Addy?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Just
Do we know
maybe.
it came from anti-American liberals? Yeah, so should we consider maybe that's true?
Maybe that's true.
Do we know that studies over the last 20 years that over 50, and I think the number is much higher than this, over 50% of the studies and the reviews that they've done were fraudulent, that they were only done by themselves and checked by their buddy. They were faked and frauded so that they could get promotions and get money for grants. Do we know that that took place?
Yes.
Do we know that that's what's happened over the last 26 years?
Yes.
Are we thankful that we're aware of it before you enter into the game?
Yes.
That's right, because knowledge
is power.
Right. And knowing is half the battle. How can you even win the 50% of the knowing battle if your professors and the donors are lying to the most vulnerable people?
You cannot win the battle. If you don't know, you haven't even started the 50% of the battle. You have to get to the knowledge, get that knowledge, and then you take that knowledge and get action, and that's the other half of the battle.
And so we're taking action right now. We understand the battle is underway, and now we're taking action by no longer funding those individuals. Is that right?
Yeah.
That's one step in the right direction. Now, we agree with freedom of speech, so you can have your anti-American beliefs. You can have your anti-whatever that you want to have, right? You can be full of hate. Is that your right to be full of hate if you want to do that? Yeah, I think that's a bad decision. You know, it's not a good way to live. But do they have that right to do that?
Yes.
Are we going to fund and pay for that?
No.
No. That is over, is it not?
Yes, it is.
That is over. We're not going to do that anymore.
Longer.
Okay, guys, so that takes our last part for the war on campus. As you know, they killed Charlie Kirk. They killed open debate because they didn't want open debate on college campuses. This has caused a lot of other individuals, a lot of other journalists to try to speak up and try to create more debate classes. But Charlie Kirk was in a league of his own, representing the strong Christian American family values, his ability to argue, his ability to debate, his willingness to put himself in danger across college campuses to talk to the most vulnerable. He woke children up. He woke families back up, and he's changed the world even in his death. Is that right?
Yes.
And does that upset liberals greatly?
Yes,
Is that why they
does.
express even more hate toward the man?
Yes.
Do they want other people to wake up?
No.
Do they want other individuals to have open debate?
No, when I say to that, I don't care. Let's have open debate and let's have conversations.
Thank you, little girl. Now, let's get on to the other news. As everyone is looking and they've turned on their news and they've turned on the TV and they've turned it on. If you woke up early this morning, then you saw it. The U.S. and Israel launched a major attack on Iran this morning, with President Donald Trump calling the Iranian public to seize control of your destiny, rise up against the Islamic leadership that has ruled the nation since 1979. Some of the first strikes appeared to hit areas around the offices of the supreme leader. Iranian media reported strikes hitting different people. They're always going to do that. It's the first thing that they hit back with. And it wasn't immediately clear if the 86-year-old leader was even in his offices during the strike. When we are finished, take over your government. It will be yours to take. This will probably be your only chance for generations to come. Trump said in a video announcing that major combat operations are underway. For many years, you've asked for the U.S. government to step in and help, and now the people have the opportunity to do so. So, Addy, could you please walk us through what we're even talking about? What's going on? People are waking up to the Department of War, being at war, going to war on college campuses for you to free American minds, the most vulnerable. And now you see that we have operations with Israel in Iran. Could you please give us some education and teach us a little bit about what's happening?
The Iran people. What? Islam Revolution and where? Iran, also known as
Persia.
Persia.
So before it became Iran, it was Persia, right? And then when did that change?
When? In 1979.
So there was an Islamic revolution in 1979, just before Daddy was born, and they took over Persia. Is that right?
Yes.
What did they do to the women there? Did they give women rights, and did they put women into powerful positions?
No, they did not.
No, they didn't. Did they suppress women?
They suppressed them.
Do they beat women?
Yes, they
Do
got
they
them.
torture women?
Yes, they got them with a banner. Boom.
Would Iranian, under Iranian Islamic Revolution, would you be allowed to dress like this? Would you be allowed to give the news like this?
Mm-mm.
Would you be allowed to get a higher education like we just talked about?
Mm-mm.
No. And if you spoke up against those people and you expressed your freedoms that you have here in America, Addy, what would those Iranian men do to you?
Start trying to get me.
Would they hurt you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's one reason we're never going to go to Iran, right? But how does that feel to those other women and children? Don't we care about the Iranian people?
Mm-hmm.
Now, who has to fight their battles?
They do.
That's right. Can we
Everyone-
support them?
Yes.
Can we give them opportunity?
Yes. we
Have
can
they
do-
ever had opportunity ever before since 1979?
No.
Women have been beaten. Women have been tortured. Women have been burned alive. Women have been stoned alive. We're not even going to talk about who they throw off of rooftops. You would think the Democratic Party would be a huge fan of understanding that we're stopping this. But the Islamic Revolution hurts women the most, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Do they marry young children, young little girls your age to older 30, 40, 50, 60-year-old men?
Mhm.
It's disgusting. We don't even talk about everything they do. It's atrocious that we live here in 2026, and at the same time that you have your freedoms, little girl, and you're doing your show. And what's your project today? What are we talking about? The American dream, right? Isn't that what we're going to do in our big project after we get done?
Yep.
And at the same time that that's happening, little girls your age are fearing for their life, covering themselves in full blankets. They're not allowed to learn. They're not allowed to go to school. They're not allowed to have any of the rights of expression that you have and that all the American women have here in America. Because American freedoms are backed up by what? The brave men and women in our military, right?
Right.
And have they made sacrifices to protect us?
Yes, they have.
And do we honor those sacrifices? And do we honor their great fight with our pledge every day?
Yes, we do.
And is there more things that we do?
Yes.
Right. Do we pray for them?
Yes.
Do we send letters?
Yes.
Do we volunteer?
Yeah.
Do we go visit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just a little bit of what we do, right?
Mhm.
And why do we do that? Does everybody need to step up?
Yes, they each need to do their part in the world.
Well, for the longest time, everyone forgot that. For the longest time, Addy, people thought somebody else is going to do it. I don't need to do it. And so what happened to the PTAs?
What?
They fell to the liberal left again. When individuals, especially conservatives, think that they can stay silent and not the majority, and they don't take powerful positions, and they don't take up positions in their community, the community what?
Takes them.
Yeah, falls apart, right? And we've seen that happening for a very long time now. We're in February 28, 2026, and we're just now seeing, since they've taken over since 1979 over Persia, we're just now seeing a possible end come to the Islamic regime. They've been chanting death to America since I've been born. I've watched the videos multiple times. Have they killed Americans since I've been born?
Mhm.
Yes. Have they continued to support terrorist organizations all over?
Yes.
Yes. Are they trying to get nuclear weapons?
Yes.
Yes. Did we just run a program last year, Midnight Hammer, where we stopped their nuclear weapon development?
Yes.
Yeah, we did a great job. It was a strike.
Yeah.
Did that force them to give up?
Yes.
No, they kept trying, Addy. That's why we're there today. They wouldn't stop. Did we ask them to stop?
Mhm.
Did we tell them to stop?
Yes.
Did they try to negotiate that they were stopping?
Mhm.
But did they stop?
No.
No. And are we stopping them now?
Yes, we are.
Yes. But the point is that who has to take back over the country? It's not our country, right?
Not ours.
It's Persian, right?
Mhm.
The Persians have to take over if they want to, right?
Yeah.
What if the people want to stay Islamic? We're just going to let them have it?
That's fine with me.
Okay.
It's their choice.
All right. I'm with you, little girl. I appreciate your freedom. I don't want to see them choose that. And maybe they can't, but do they have that right? Do we want them to be able to do that?
Yes.
All right. Well, under the regime that they've been in, do women even get a say?
Mm-mm.
No, that's not democracy, is it?
Mm-mm.
Right. So if they want to stand up, and we've seen lots of women stand up over the years, many of those are dead now. Most of the women who stood up, took their hijab off, and said that women deserve freedom were murdered, or they were tortured, or they were hung, or they were burned alive, or they were stoned to death. Some of them by their own fathers, their own brothers, or their own mothers. If you don't know what an honor killing is, you're going to want to look it up. It's 2026, and if you've never heard honor killing, then I'm not sure which rock you've been under. But most of the liberals that we talk to, do they know what an honor killing is, Eddie? No, they think it's make-believe. Until they look it up, until they see the atrocities, until they understand that for decades on decades on decades, mothers and fathers under these regimes are allowed to burn their own daughters that don't agree with their Islamic views anymore and try to leave or marry a Christian or marry an atheist, or they just leave the Islamic foundation. They're found hunted by their own fathers and brothers. They're killed by their own mothers, burned alive. The atrocity, if you can even think about this. And then the parent is forgiven by the other parent in court or in jail, and all is good. You're allowed to do that. Now the Islamic regime tries to say out loud, oh, we don't really condone that anymore now that we know it looks bad because you guys are all catching us. But this is what happens to those women who are looking to escape, that try to escape. They don't get to express their freedom. Even if they come to America, they've been hunted down and killed. Look the stories up. There are lots of them.
Sure.
Now, we already know from the mainstream media that lies and manipulates. They don't share those narratives, do they? We understand that if the women on college campuses understood what we were up against with what's happening to women on Islamic, don't you think that they would choose to fight against that?
Mm-hmm.
Right. But when their professors and their donors want them to stay weak, Addy, they don't, do they?
No, they do not.
That's right. And that's where this disconnect comes from. They have an anti-American belief, an anti-American ideology that stops them from understanding how strong and how free they are. Are we going to stand for that any longer?
No.
No, we're not going to
not.
tolerate it for one more second. And the Department of War is getting the job done. They're going to win the war for Persia, and they're going to win the war against the college campuses that are continuously rewarding anti-American teachers, anti-American donors that make their money off of corruption to weaken the herd. If you go get an education, shouldn't you become stronger?
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't you become more American?
Yeah, a lot more American.
Then why are we seeing women specifically who graduate from college go so far to the left that they're no longer having children? Women aren't even having kids until they're past 30, so they may be able to have one or two. And then on top of it, some of them are reaching 40, so it's too late to have kids, and now being childless. Is that a good future for them?
No, it is not.
Who taught them that? Well, we look right back here to the page.
Professors
The
and donors.
95% liberal donors, the 99% liberal communist donors that want to weaken the herd. Does that weaken America? Does that weaken America's values? Does it weaken the female when they teach you that a family is bad?
Mm-hmm.
That's right. And do we see that taking place all across America?
Yes, we do.
Do we feel sad for those women?
Yes, we do.
That's right. But do those women get mad if we try to present them with news?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. Because they've been fed what? What's the rule number 3 that we've already lost that battle with them on?
Emotionally connect better than anyone else.
That's right.
Got that one down.
So you're not even able to have a logical conversation. It doesn't matter if we present evidence and we show you what's happening. Have we lost the battle by losing the emotional connection?
Yes.
Yes. Bowtied Ranger spoke this week, and you can go to his podcast on X. He runs a really good system and teaches all sorts of different things. As a hypnotist, he can cure some of your problems, similar to Scott Adams being able to rewire your brain.
Yep.
But even this week, we find it so funny that if you go anywhere into mainstream, what we'll call news on X, you'll see the same message that this little girl has been teaching since episode 1. Right? Mm-hmm. And what is that, Addy? What's our rule number 3 again?
Emotionally connect better than anyone else. That was like our first episode was 65 episodes ago, and we are already getting it. We are already been teaching it to you from the start.
That's right. Now we want to talk about MIT News and their plant foray. We'll get into that Monday, and we'll also talk about the war on music and the war on culture. But we want to leave you today with the understanding that the Department of War isn't going to take it anymore. We're not going to sit back and allow, as you saw, the Venezuelan dictatorship continue to hurt people and continue to steal and mess the oil up around the world. So we went in there and executed and took care of the torture chambers that were in place in Venezuela, and we freed those people. Is that right?
Yes, we did.
Then we went in February, we went into Mexico where the cartels were beheading and chopping up children left and right. And did we give the military of Mexico the proper support so that they could take care of their people?
Yes.
Is the Department War 2 for 2 so far?
Mm-hmm.
And now in Persia, which you know is Iran, are we trying to help free the Persians and give them the ability to represent themselves?
Yes, we are.
So are we going to be 3 for 3? We'll find out soon.
We'll find out.
The war on college campuses is going to be a long one. We've lost that battle, as you can see, with a 95% professor mindset and a 99% donor mindset to weaken the herd with anti-American communistic beliefs that will not benefit the American. You cannot have anti-American values, communistic beliefs, and succeed well in capitalism unless you're a liar, pants on fire. Right. Do we want people to follow the American dream?
Yes.
And if you're going to be able to follow the American dream, can you be hating America and hating whiteness and hating yourself and hate? No, you can't, Addy. We already knew that. MKULTRA learned that. Project Mockingbird set it up, and Project COINTEL made sure that it hit the most vulnerable.
Yes, they did. And just like yesterday's Project Paperclip from yesterday's. It was Project Paperclip, right?
Good job, little lady. Project Paperclip, which you may or may not know about. You want to go read on that one too.
Yep, it was yesterday's show.
Good job, little girl.
Our Family Fun Day Friday. It was yesterday Family Fun Day Friday.
Very good, little lady. Thank you for today's show, showing the liberal left that we're not going to take your stuff anymore. We're not going to take your anti-American regiment. We're not going to take your anti-patriotic crap. We're not going to allow you to tell hockey players after winning a gold that they made a mistake going to the White House. You have lost.
You have lost. Do you understand me?
It's 2026.
26.
The silent are staying silent no more.
Longer.
The liberals are not cool. The progressives are not the smart crowd. The left is not the intelligent group, as you know.
No.
You can't be intelligent unless you can have open debate. You can't be intelligent unless you encourage different ideas to come together at the table. And there is only one group, one party, one set of ideals in America that are anti-American, anti-debate, anti-conversation. And you can judge for yourself. Who says they hate? Who watches TV shows full of garbage speaking hate and lies? Right? It's not us. We're not watching late night TV show, are we? But do the liberals watch trash?
Yes.
And what happens if you eat trash, liberals?
The next day is that same thing.
You become trash. And Daddy's lost 2 or 3 liberal friends because did they try to quote The Daily Show with Jon Stewart? Did that make me laugh so hard when an intelligent person thought that claiming Comedy Central Daily News counts as news? Yeah. Do we love showing them their own articles with their own sentences in them? Yeah. Did New York Times just lie to the American public by trying to use the emotional connection and tell that a man was here for 20 years and then you found out, Addy, when you read it?
It was 19 years and 19 years in jail for murder.
That's right, guys. You want to understand how easy it is for New York Times to trick their people in their own article they wrote that for 20 years this illegal was here, and they leave out until the very end of the article that he was in prison for murder for 19 of those years. You can't even make these stories up. They're so atrocious and so ridiculous. You think that they're funny, except that we just went back and showed you that they already knew from MKULTRA, from the other operations. This is how it works. This is how they trick the most vulnerable. This is how they get liberals to emotionally connect and not have any actual evidence. Does that make liberals dumber?
So much dumber.
That makes them very dumb. And we know liberals are intelligent, but are they dumb?
Yes.
Right, because do they fall to number 3?
Yes, emotionally connect better than anyone else.
And it's 2026, guys. We're not going back. You can't get to reset. Everything that you did starting in 2000 to take over the campuses and to take over the TV media and to ruin American values is done.
It's done.
We're done with it. We're moving forward, and we're moving forward into the golden age. If you want to be part of it, what do you do when you make any money whatsoever?
Go and invest it.
That's right, little girl.
Yep.
If you want to be left in the rearview mirror and you want to be hating some more, then don't invest. Don't believe in America. Continue your hateful ways, and let's see what happens.
And remember,
you can't spell daddy without the Addy. I said you can't spell daddy
without the Addy.
We love all of you. God bless America, and God bless the future, because 2026 is beautiful.